What's up guys, it's Lord Botha here with another video, and the premiere of Snow White is upon us. Yes, Disney's grand disaster is going to be in theaters just very soon, and we have more headlines popping up that are, what a surprise, not good for the movie. This comes to us from Fox News entitled, Disney Scales Back Premiere of Controversial Live-Action Snow White Remake. Walt Disney Studios is foregoing the glitz and glamour of the upcoming Los Angeles premiere of its live-action Snow White movie. Variety reported this week that the studio is scaling down the film's red carpet premiere on March 15th, making it a smaller event than Disney's typical big-budget premieres. The smaller red carpet event will not be attended by media outlets that usually attend premieres to speak to the film's cast and crew. Yeah, don't expect all the Hollywood reporters out there to be on the red carpet trying to chat up all the stars and makers of the movie. Though film stars Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are set to attend a pre-party and screening at LA's El Capitan Theater, media coverage will only include photographers and a house crew. Yes, they're being very, very careful and curated about any of the press and the visuals coming out of the press for this movie. I mean, it makes sense after the whole debacle and disaster that Rachel Zegler has been for the film, the press nightmare that was the inclusion, or I guess the non-inclusion of the dwarves in the movie, then the changing to include the dwarves, which were totally in the movie for sure since the beginning, right? And the fact that the dwarves were CGI instead of hiring real dwarf actors. The whole Peter Dinklage comments controversy. I kind of touched on it already, but everything political, cultural, social that Rachel Zegler has said pretty much in the past 2 years. The whole controversy about Gal Gadot and where she comes from versus Rachel Zegler's views on all the stuff politically that's happening on the place where Gal Gadot comes from, how that might affect their relationship and their desires to do, press circuits together. All of it has just been terrible, and one controversy after another. And this is not the only premiere that they've canceled. They also have foregone their typical UK premiere in London, which is a little weird because the majority of this film was filmed in the UK. So you'd think they would, have a London premiere, but instead they forego their London premiere to, I guess, have a European premiere in a Spanish castle, because I know that's exactly what I think of when I think of Snow White. I think of sunny Spain. All of it has just been terrible for the movie. They know that this movie is not going to do well, and you even have quotes like this one being floated around out there now. And this comes to us from MovieWeb. It's from a source that apparently told The Hollywood Reporter, quote, "They've been going through the motions on Snow White," they being Disney of course, "all but saying, we need to get this over with. An advanced sales cycle of less than 2 weeks just screams, we have zero faith in this thing. And it couldn't come at a worse point when the industry is just trying to limp along to May." I think everybody knows that this movie is just a failure, including Disney at this point, and they're just not willing to do anything really to try to save it, other than try to keep the stars of the movie quiet. Cut as much of the fat in the premieres and marketing as they can, and just put this thing out there, accept and embrace the failure, and then move on to the next thing. Luckily for them, the next thing is going to be Lilo and Stitch, which after the trailer and the very positive response to the trailer, I think it's actually going to be a pretty big hit for them. Like cross the $1 billion mark kind of hit. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.